In this short revision video, we'll be looking at how to use the cosine rule to find missing lengths and missing angles. First thing to note, this is not a right angle triangle. If it was a right angle triangle, you would be using SOHCAHTOA. Might be worth watching sine rule either after or before this recording too. The notation for cosine and sine rule is capital letters for angles, lowercase letters for opposite lengths. When you are using the cosine rule, you just need to make sure the angle is your big A. So even if they've got it already labelled, they haven't in this example, I would cross out their labelling and make sure that this angle here is big A. Your B and your C don't really matter, as I'm not going to be labelling. If I did have this angle, I would label it big B. But seeing as I don't have any of the other angles, the B and C don't really matter. Okay, so here is the cosine rule missing length formula. Okay, I'm going to just substitute all my values in. Little a is x, so x squared equals 13 squared plus 10 squared. Now that 2bc means 2 times b times c. Times cos 100. Pop that into your formula. Put it straight into your calculator all in one go, and you get an answer of 314. But that's equal to x squared. How do we find x? Square root both sides. Which gives you x is 17.7 centimetres. Have a go at questions 2 and 3. Put me on pause, unpause to see how you get on. Okay, for this one, here's your little a, big A. Oh, this, because that has been labelled as big B, I will call that little b. That's my unknown. I could call it x. I'm just going to leave it as a. Put all of that information into your calculator. 7 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 7 times 5 times cos 42. Don't forget that is your a squared. So we need to square root both sides to get our a. A is 4 points. Oh no, we need it to 3 significant figures here. So 4.69. So for this next one, they haven't got it labelled as I want. We want the length of AB, so I'm just going to put that as X as it is. And then I'm just going to rearrange these letters. Because in your formula, your angle has to be big A. everything directly into your calculator. Which gives you x squared is 30.71 square root to one decimal place, it's 5.5. Cosine rule for a missing angle. There's two different methods for this. You can either put everything in your formula and rearrange, or you can memorize the rearranged formula. So I will do both methods and you can decide which one you prefer. So method one is just put everything as it is into your formula and then rearrange. So my angle is big A. I'll do method one over here. Okay, I'm going to work out some of these things. 20 squared is 400. I'm just going to type in 15 squared plus 16 squared, which gives me 481. And then 2 times 15 times 16, which is 480 cos x. At this point here, a lot of students want to subtract these values. You cannot do that because if 480 is attached to cos x, this is minus 480 times cos x. So what we need to do first is subtract 481 from both sides. Get minus 81 here. And we get, don't forget that minus belongs to that 480. So this, as it is on the right-hand side, we've got minus 480 times cos x. What's the opposite of multiplying by minus 480? Dividing by minus 480. So we're going to divide both sides by minus 480. I'm just going to leave my left-hand side as a fraction. I'm going to type that into my calculator now. So minus 81 divided by minus 480 is 0.16875 is cos x. How do I get x by itself? I need to cos to the minus 1 both sides. Which gives you 80.3 is your x, your angle. Method 2 is memorizing a formula. So in your exam, you will be given all of these formulas here. I'm going to rearrange it. And if you prefer to remember this method, you can, or remember this formula. It's a squared minus b squared minus c squared over minus 2bc equals cos A. If you memorize that, you can just pop all the information straight into your calculator. So we've got 20 squared minus b squared minus c squared over minus 2 times 15 times 16 equals cos A or cos x. Type that into your calculator. We get our 0.16875 is your cos A. sine to the -1 both sides. Gives you your A or your X is 80.3. So you can decide which method you would prefer to use here. Have a go at both of these, and I will go through both methods. Might do it on 2 pages. Okay, so for 6, we want angle ABC. So again, I'd just ignore their labelling here because we want our angle here to be our A. So 10 squared, that's our little A squared, equals 5 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 5 times 9 times cos A. 100 for 106 minus 90 cos A. I'm going to take 106 from both sides. I'm going to get rid of this off of here, so I need to take it away from both sides. Divide both sides by -90 because this means cos A times -90. I'll leave it as a fraction. Actually gives you 1/15. It does give it you as a decimal. Keep it on your calculator and just cos to the -1. So if I cos to the -1, the answer to both sides, get to the nearest degree, 86 degrees. If you did use this method too, I'll put the working out over here. 10 squared minus 5 squared minus 9 squared minus 2 times 5 times 9 is cos A. When you are doing this, I work out 10 squared minus 5 squared minus 9 squared equals, then divide by bracket minus 2 times 5 times 9. Just make sure you can use your calculator properly here, which gives me 1/15, which is a simplified version of -6/90. And then cos to the -1 both sides gives you your A is just 86 degrees as we found here. It's just method 1 is rearranging your formula. Method 2, memorizing your formula. Again, I will do both methods for the next one. So here, big A, little a. Big A has to be your angle. If you've labelled B and C differently, that's absolutely fine. You will still get the same answer. Work some of the information out. 576. 610. I forgot my 2 here, didn't I? So take 610 from both sides. Divide both sides by minus 546. Cos x is 0.06227. Cos to the minus 1 both sides. To 1 decimal place, x is 86.4. So method 1. Method 2. Let's put all the information into this memorized formula. 24 squared minus 21 squared minus 13 squared minus 2 times 21 times 13 is cos 8. Cos A or x, if you have substituted it in for x, is 0.026, sorry, 0.06227. Cos to the minus 1 both sides gives you A is 86.4. There is a recording on a mixture of sine and cosine formula, so which one to choose. It may be useful to watch this one next.